Beware that, when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster. For when you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you. I reviewed The Justice of Kings only a little while back on this channel. I don't usually prefer series. I don't like to binge on a single author. I like diversity. But I found myself desperately desiring to find out what happens next in the Empire of the Wolf trilogy. And that is perhaps the highest praise that I can give an author. As with Justice, Tyranny and Trials are just so well written. They aren't perfect. Sometimes they wear their inspiration a little too blatantly on their sleeve, for my preference. Sometimes there's an over-reliance on contrivance. The gore and viscera certainly ramp up in the later books, sometimes to an inappropriately comedic level. The afterlife visitations began to feel repetitive to me. And though I praised the world building in the first book, there are a few moments in the later books where characters are told to shut up, sit down, and open their mouth wide for a bucket load of exposition. But for the most part, the execution is clean and engaging, such that any of my complaints are easily swept aside as the rantings of a writer who is so obsessed with how the sausage gets made that he can't always appreciate the taste of a juicy sausage. The Justice of Kings, in summary, is Law and Order Medieval Victims Unit. Book 2, The Tyranny of Faith, is at heart a political/espionage thriller. I think of it as Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan of Westeros. Book 3, The Trials of Empire. It's the finale, it's the war novel, featuring the cataclysmic battles across heaven and earth. Avengers Endgame Middle-earth Edition. I'm inclined to damn Tyranny and Trials with the same faint praise as I damned Justice. This series is not the philosophical powerhouse of The Prince of Nothing. It's not even the socio-historical ride of Game of Thrones, nor is it the badass D&D campaign of the Malazan Empire. What the Empire of the Wolf series is a pop thriller. If these books were not hexed by their fantasy label, I am convinced they would be bestsellers. The protagonist as widely recognized as Jack Reacher, Jack Ryan, Jason Bourne, or James Bond. But comparison is the thief of joy. I could further list the faults of this book, but that is a failing on my part. The Empire of the Wolf trilogy may not be firing on all cylinders, but it is firing on an incredibly large number of very nicely polished cylinders, making it more than worthy of your time. Hell, if I was a Hollywood producer, I would snatch up the rights to these books before someone else does. But The Empire of the Wolf is not just page-turning candy to get you through a long plane ride. There are some really hard-hitting character moments in these books, and the story has a theme. It has a message and a belief in a particular worldview that it would like to convince you of. That theme is present in book 1, and it is greatly and well developed in the later 2 books. And theme is a fickle beast that a lot of authors want to put in, but struggle with executing smoothly. Here's the secret. The secret is meaningful relationships. The secret is making sure that you have characters who you believe in, who sincerely hold the beliefs that they hold, and who are going to engage with each other in a manner consistent with their characters about the theme that you are interested in. It's about writing a story and not just a vehicle with which to lecture your reader. And that's what The Empire of the Wolf does. The relationship between Helena and Vonvolt is the core that holds everything together. It's a nuanced relationship, a sometimes inappropriate relationship, certainly a strained relationship, but it's believable. Beyond believable, it's relatable. And the weaving of the core theme about this relationship is what breathes life into the theme. And of course, ever important and ever my favorite thing and core thing that I'm looking for is being true to one's characters. I present the following excerpt. There are those who would say that good cannot ever come from evil. Such people lack intellectual nuance, Vonvolt said, and I knew him well enough to know that that was one of his greatest insults. Nima's Sir Radomir exploded. Are we in the Philosopher's Palace? He gestured to Lady Frost. Who the f*** are you? Where the f*** is the 16th? Why is there a magical tattoo on Helena's breast? I am sick to my death of it. Let us have some answers and not spar like pubescent law students. Blood of gods! I love a good outburst, especially when it's in character. I love it even more when it is preceded by characters being obnoxiously true to themselves. In conclusion, fantasy fans, The Justice of Kings, and the trilogy that follows, The Empire of the Wolf, if you have not already been recommended this series,
you will be. You will be.